In just a little over a year of consistency, I reached 2,000 subscribers from the rock bottom of YouTube. And in this video, we're going to go over exactly what I've learned, basically summed up. The advice I think is right. Some very common misconceptions I saw and followed that just didn't really either work for me or don't work in general. And then a few pieces of unique advice I haven't seen anywhere about starting a YouTube and kind of getting through that first beginner year, as this would be a great place to learn that from someone who just walked the walk. So most importantly, what have I learned? Growth is really weird. A lot of people think it might grow like that, but let's be honest, no one actually thinks it grows linearly. Most people kind of think it grows exponentially. And the answer to that question is kind of. It kind of grows like this at the start. It starts very, very flat. And then you're probably gonna get a shoot, stable, shoot, stable, shoot, stable. And obviously over time, it looks exponential or linear, kind of just depending on what kind of channel you are and your experience and a little bit of luck. And another very big thing I've learned is that you do actually have to be unique to get views. Again, you've heard this over and over. There's infinite videos being uploaded to YouTube and and there's only so many eyes actually watching it. So you have to stick out, and especially in an educational space like I am, the number is much more limited than a broad entertainment channel, which is where common YouTube advice very much differs, and where a lot of those misconceptions are actually going to come from, is because they're generalized advice when really they should probably just be for entertainment and definitely not more of these educational channels, because they are completely two different things. Another thing I've learned is that all of growth is really a lot of consistency. Sometimes you're going to upload a worse video, a better video. The worst one does better for some ungodly known reason, and you have to research, blah, blah, blah. There's so much that goes into it, and you just have to show up every day, and that is exactly how you do it. I've seen all my growth, as a lot of you probably know, from uploading a short basically every day. In the past 14 months, I had 1 month where I was very shaky and inconsistent for personal reasons, but the rest of the months, I hit almost every day, every single time. And that is really where I saw the most growth, not only in numbers that are not gonna come in your first year, I know, but I've seen my skill set grow a lot. And to keep it really short, the most important things you learn in this first year is just your voice to a camera. Mine isn't perfect, but if you watch some like original TikToks like this, 30 seconds for everyone that doesn't know how. Super simple. The first thing you want to do, however holding your pick, is just edge it. It is almost painful watching myself and then seeing how my voice has improved and is going to improve in the future as I stay consistent. Another important thing I've really learned about the starting stage is you also have to get into all kind of the lingo, how to research, how to look at channel analytics. And as I've gotten better and better, I've made good improvements to my videos, and I know my thumbnails still need a lot of work. Not great at photo editing, but over time, I keep getting better and understanding more things. Now we're gonna get into the advice I saw and remember that actually worked. The first piece of advice I saw from a YouTuber was stay consistent in anything you do. Helped me learn guitar really well. It's just common fucking sense, but some people need to hear it. Another piece of advice that worked well for me is don't try to make the best video in the world at the start. I know you probably want to see like you want to have some killer debut. You gotta have this video that lined up, that video lined up. Doesn't matter. When you start, you suck, and that is the most relieving advice I ever heard. When I heard so many videos of YouTubers just saying, your first year, your first 2 years, you're just gonna suck. It gives you so much relief knowing that you don't need to have some high professional expectation, because you're doing a lot more learning and your growth is not in channel numbers, it is in your skill set. And I have learned that completely, and it makes a lot of sense. Last piece of advice that really stuck with me, that kind of lingered a lot, was in this educational space. When you're making a video, stop always trying to figure out what your viewers want. It's important to factor that in, but the best content you're gonna make is making content for a younger version of yourself on videos you couldn't find or that you didn't like on a topic you kind of needed that information about. That's where probably 75 to 90% of all my videos have come from, is a place of just thinking, when I was learning guitar, I didn't find a great resource on this. What if I create what I think is good? And those videos have often done pretty decently in comparison to ones I try to make for whatever the YouTube analytics say my viewers are watching. Now, the big misconceptions was use AI to start a channel. I tried doing some of those weird like cut up AI clips. It's all a bunch of luck. Don't get into it. It's not really building your, it's not really helping anyone. You're not unique. The only good thing that I've ever seen come out of AI for videos is maybe some of the CapCut features, but using it to write SEO optimized descriptions, it can be really helpful as long as you go in and look at it. So use AI to kind of write descriptions and give you title ideas. Don't copy it exactly. It's far from perfect, but AI is not as great at creating videos as you probably have heard it is from people trying to say, start this side hustle, because those people are full of shit. Another misconception I saw was, when you post your first video, you should have a couple of these videos in advance, so when viewers see this video, you see your first 10 videos, no matter what, are not gonna do dick when you're starting from scratch. Now, if you've already grown a channel, you already have a fan base, you already understand how to do a camera, good editing, you have all the tools, all the skill set, and you're starting a second channel for whatever reason, obviously that advice becomes legit. But if it's your first channel, I don't care if you're trying to do some weird AI channel, educational, entertainment, just post the first fucking video and then work on the next one. The earlier you post, the more time people have to look at it, and the more time you have to reflect on it. Time, better. And really the unique takeaways I have to give to you through this first year, obviously, recurring theme, consistency, stick with it. If you post for 4 months, take a 3-month break, post for another 4 months, it's gonna slash your friggin' progress and your momentum. Another one I have is clearly understand what you're doing. If educational entertainment, very different, do not treat them the same. At first, I try to kind of grow this as an entertainment thing, and sometimes I still post some videos, especially on Instagram and TikTok, of me playing, things to try to entertain people, and they usually just don't do as well because I'm in an educational space, and I'm really trying to move to more of an equilibrium where I can get where transparently I can get more views and cast a wider net with more entertainment pieces to bring in more people to this educational backbone that is really the purpose of this channel and what I enjoy making more. Another thing I've learned is the content you enjoy making is usually the one that gets you the most views, as you feel the most rewarding. Just a side note, don't know if it's true for everyone, true for me. And another really takeaway I want you to know is the first year is fucking hard. A lot of people might make it out to seem easy. I've seen very mixed things, and I'm here to tell you, coming fresh off the walking dock, it is fucking hard because you're not efficient at editing. You're not efficient at making video ideas. You're not efficient at getting a voice across the camera. You start, you're not confident, you're shaky, everything sounds terrible. So much. That first 6 months, insanely hard. 6 to 9, not quite as hard, still insanely hard. 9 to 12, I felt like it got even harder because now I saw all these mistakes that I had to fix, and it was super friggin' hard. So do not underestimate it. You have to stay consistent through it if you really want to see growth. And when you look at other YouTubers that have talked about growth, the trajectory you see is really is very somewhat similar to my channel, but it is trending in the way many people do of improvement, see a big improvement kind of year 3 to year 4 is what has happened for a lot of YouTubers that I've seen, and what I hope I'm able to do with myself when I really rake in this skill set and I'm able to use it, make good content more efficiently, because that is the biggest goal. And the last thing that I've taken from people's advice from other areas of life and not YouTube is just have some type of end goal in mind. Have a goal, have a place to go. If you're just creating a channel with nowhere to go, you're just kind of gonna voyage into sadness and just quit because it's not fucking easy. And you put a lot of time into it and you don't really get paid in your first year. And of course, part of my mistake is that I just don't have the watch time from long form videos because my short form is a better skill set than my long form because of reps, which is partially my fault. So I really recommend starting long form videos right off the get-go. Get those going because that's really how you get paid. And it's also just a slower skill set to build in short form content because of how long a rep takes. If you found this video helpful or motivating to starting a channel, no, it's different than my guitar educational stuff, but I thought many people would have value from this. So subscribe for more content and comment if you like content like this, because I can make a hell of a lot more of it.